Hello Titans, welcome back to Tech Kasama. Today we are going to explore 4 important database concepts explained visually. How a database works, SQL query execution, database indexing, and database transactions. So you can understand how modern applications handle data behind the scenes. Let's start the video. Every time a user opens a web app, a request is made to get information. This could be a login, profile data, or a list of products. The request travels from the user's device to the backend server, where the application processes what the user is asking for. The server then communicates with the database, sending a query to search and retrieve the required data stored inside. Once the database finds the requested information, it sends the data back to the server. Finally, the server delivers the response to the user interface, and the app updates instantly with the requested information. A developer writes in SQL Query to retrieve information from the database. In this example, query requests all records from the user's table. Once executed, the SQL query is sent through the system to the database engine, which is responsible for understanding and processing the request. The database engine analyzes the query by parsing its structure and creating an optimized execution plan to retrieve the data efficiently. Next, the database scans the required tables and rows, quickly locating the matching data inside the database storage. Finally, the database returns the results as structured rows and columns, which are displayed to the user. When a database searches for data without an index, it must scan every row in the table. This process becomes slow when the table contains thousands or even millions of records. In this situation, the database performs a full table scan, checking each row one by one until it finds the required data. To solve this problem, databases use an index. An index is a special data structure that organizes key values for faster searching. With an index, the database can jump directly to the correct data location instead of scanning the entire table. As a result, indexed queries run significantly faster, improving the performance of applications and systems. Imagine transferring money from one bank account to another. Behind the scenes, the database must handle this operation safely and accurately. The system begins a transaction, moving money from account A to account B as a single connected process. To guarantee reliability, databases follow the ACID principles: atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. These properties ensure that every transaction is processed correctly, remains isolated from others, and is permanently stored once completed. As a result, database transactions keep critical data safe, accurate, and reliable for every system. Alright Titans, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to like, share, and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to Tech Kasama for more tech videos. Thanks for watching, Titans. See you in the next one.